Hi, I'm Dave Stanley, and I'm just back from training myself off the bike. And this morning, we watched stage 19. This is July 24th of the 2026 Tour de France on Alpe d'Huez. And never in all my years, I've been watching the Tour de France since like 81, 82, have I seen such extraordinarily big crowds on the Alpe. And as always, the crowds were insane. This year, I think they crossed the line in some areas. They need to come up with some solutions for providing for the rider safety, but it's still just such the most extraordinary spectacle in sports to see those riders soaring up Alpe d'Huez. And we got to see Tadej Pogacar doing some otherworldly things. And yes, I know if you're watching this and you know anything about the Tour de France, I'm sure you have your own opinion about how clean the sport is right now. But that's not really what I want to talk about. The Tour de France is the single greatest annual sporting event in the world. Nothing else that is staged every year draws the number of eyeballs that the Tour de France does. Part of it is, of course, the arena, the Alps, the Pyrenees, the Vosges, the Jura Mountains, as these guys are flying at 30 miles an hour across the flatlands and just climbing at extraordinary speeds right up the Alps and the Pyrenees. Now, on the other hand, when you go back to 1903, when the Tour first started, there was no paved roads. They were racing through what essentially were goat paths. And that juxtaposition, the way things were versus the way things are today, well, the Tour is just as wild today as it ever was. And that is the title and the theme of today's sonnet here on Sonnet Vision. It's called Le Tour de France, toujours aussi sauvage, as wild as ever. And I wrote this, by the way, before the tour started, back beginning of June, or excuse me, the end of June. The Tour de France begins in just 8 days, a journey round the land and of the soul. 3 weeks, the sun will scorch them with its blaze. Few shall reach Paris with their body whole. Across the Alps and Pyrenees they climb, the North Sea winds will scour off their faces. Ventoux and Alpe d'Huez, each in their time. 8-hour days, few endure such savage races. The Tour tests riders' bodies and their minds. The agony of climbing has no peer. The tarmac, when you crash, scrapes your skin clear. There is no quick relief from Le Tour's grind. Ah, at last, to sprint down Champs-Élysées. Fair, the bravest of the strong, reach this day. See, it's all about the romance of the Tour, the spectacle, the athleticism. And when you're doing all those things and admiring what those people are up to, be good people. Thanks for watching Sonnet Vision.